Alright, in today's video, we are playing with the F-16 PoBit at 14.3. Absolutely love playing this jet. I love the F-16s, one of my favorite jets to play in War Thunder. And we did cook in this session here. We got in so many dogfights, it was crazy. I think we got in about 4 dogfights in this session here. And as always, if you guys do enjoy the videos, the content, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I do greatly appreciate it. I have also started a membership. If you guys do want to support further, make sure to check that out. But let's get to the stats here and how we did with the jet. So we played 22 games here in the PoBit. We won 15 of those games. We got 53 kills and 12 deaths, which did come out to a 4.42 KD. I will say though, 2 of my deaths were from team kills at the end of the game. So technically I did go 53 and 12, so 5.3 KD. And then 2.41 kills per spawn. Now it does put us in the purple here with the PoBit, which is kind of surprising for me with these stats. You know, a good kills per spawn, but KD was just all right. But let's get back to the gameplay here. So on to the first game here. We have a nice ace, a nice 5-kill game. And really with F-16s, especially the PoBit or the F-16V for China 14.3, it's not going to be a jet where you get a crazy amount of high kill games all the time like you would in maybe a Eurofighter or a Rafale. Because really, you only have 6 missiles, so you need to use them wisely. You need to use them as best as you can here. And I think that's the biggest skill issue players have with these types of jets. Really using missiles wisely, right? You don't just want to throw them away. And I think that's really the biggest struggle and really the biggest complaint people have, right? Low missiles. So again, get used to using them at the most optimal time. Now we can see here I have a couple of guys up in front here. I have very good speed, a little bit higher altitude than I do want, but again, we're in a very good spot. Again, very good 120D range, and I'm actually going to be able to hold my soft lock here. So we do get 1. And we'll see I actually get in the notch here. And guys, this is some new tech, right? Some new tech here. We notch vertically, which does actually let us hold the soft lock. So basically, the gimbal limit doesn't matter, right? We only have 60 degrees of gimbal limit. But I'm going to have to test this out a lot more. Because, yeah, I mean, if you can just notch vertically and hold your soft lock, the gimbal limit doesn't matter. Then I'm just going to notch vertically every time. So again, I need to test this out more, but I did notice that in this clip here, again, even with 60 degrees vertical of gimbal on both sides, I was able to hold my soft lock the whole time and notch the missile. But, yeah, again, some new tech, maybe some new tech. We'll see. Maybe I'm just tripping, but yeah, again, I think that's the biggest issue, right, with this jet is people, again, not using missiles wisely. So I can't stress it enough. Learn how to play with 6 missiles. The biggest thing is, unlike jets that have a lot of missiles where you can apply pressure with your missiles, you're really not doing that in this jet. You're really going to be playing a little bit more defensive the whole time and not applying pressure with your missiles. Again, really letting your opponents do that. So you do need to be able to play good defensively. So again, a lot of weak points for the average player with this jet, which is why a lot of people do struggle. And yeah, again, it's very much so possible. I averaged 2.41, I believe it was, kills per spawn with this jet, which is really good, right? I think that's more than like 99 point something% of just the average player in ARB. So, but guys, we're about to get in a nice dogfight here. And like I said in the intro, we got in a lot of dogfights. We're going to have some nice dogfight clips coming up where they were like all back-to-back in one game. It was crazy. But, yeah, we have a couple lads up in front here. And obviously, this is a tough spot because these guys are hanging around the airstrip and really making it harder for me to really get back to base. So I do fire at this J-10. I'm just like, let me just get in there. Let's get in the thick of it, right? So we fire that off. This does not connect, which was horrible. I needed this to connect. But, guys, as we saw in that intro clip, we are about to cook this J-10 player. This guy's about to get slimed. So yeah, we are getting a good turn on him there. We do turn on our air brake to really slow down because I was merging way too fast. I accidentally leave my air brake on here. I really didn't need to. but it kind of worked out right here. I notch all these missiles, but I do also force the overshoot here with the J-10. Right, I make him go a little bit too fast, cut inside, he misses. And then this last guy, I do force him to miss there. He kind of just missed on his own. But we retract the air brakes, I remembered. And boom, look at that, guys. That guy got slimed, a nice shot. And yeah, unfortunately, at this point, right, this is the issue with 1v3s. 1v2s are a lot more doable. But yeah, I probably should not have brought this vertical here. But yeah, again, I lost way too much of my speed. Very tough situation for me to be in. But guys, it's kind of crazy. Again, nice dogfight there. But let's move on to some of the more dogfight clips, and we'll get into some more games after that. All right, moving on to some of the dogfights here. Again, this was a pretty crazy sequence of just a lot of notching, a lot of dogfights. So I shoot at that F-15 there. That unfortunately does not connect, but we have an SM-2 right above us here who starts spamming. So 2 missiles at us. We do notch them very easily, and that, I don't know what it is with the F-16. I find it super easy to notch with the F-16. But yeah, we do slightly bring it vertical here. We get a good merge on this guy. Unfortunately, we do miss this shot, but guys, look at this clean setup. It perfectly aligns, and boom, this guy gets slimed. So nice dogfights in this, and we're about to get in another dogfight in just a second here. Now, obviously, a classic 30 player, right, not Jane out, and he's about to try to spam all his missiles at me, even though he is dead. So I'm already kind of expecting it, so I'm a little bit ready here. But yeah, always annoying, man. These 30 players, F-15 players, do that every single time. Finally decides to J out. Now, you can see here, I see an F-15 on my RWR, right? This guy here, I'm trying to see him. I see him visually right there in the distance. Now, luckily, I did say chill in chat because this guy was right on me. Obviously, I don't have any missiles left. I have very limited fuel, and that's actually the way I'm going to die here later on, is run out of fuel. So, again, a lot of the deaths here in the games I played were pretty bad. I mean, I probably shouldn't have died in a lot of cases. But luckily for me, I mean, we are in the notch angle anyways, but the F-15 doesn't have any missiles, it seems like. And, yeah, we're going to bring it a little bit vertical here. Again, I'm going pretty good speed here for the merge. Now, this one got really tough because a Sa-30 is about a third party us and starts spamming missiles. You can see on my RWR there. So not only do I need to dogfight this guy, but I also need to notch any missiles incoming at me, which is where it's really going to get hard. Now, again, I'm just trying to get my nose on him, get that nose authority, right? And luckily for me here, I do sneak in right behind him. But we start getting shot at. So, yeah, this again here, we start getting shot. So we have to not only notch, but get the gun kill. So, and then boom, look how close that was, guys. That missile barely missed me. Yeah, we now get in this Sa-30 fight. So we notch his other missile. And yeah, guys, this guy did not want the smoke. He just watched me slime 2 of his teammates in the dogfight, so he actually just runs away. Now, I don't have any fuel, really. I only have 1 minute of fuel. I have a Mirage on my 6 here, right to my right. And, yeah, we are dodging that now. But, guys, not much we can do. We have run out of fuel. Right, this is the big map, so it is donezo. And, yeah, we're just going to fly up, let him get the kill. And, yeah, we move on next, man. It was unfortunate, but let's get back to the next game. Moving on to the second game here. This is going to be a 4-kill game. And, yeah, we got a lot of big maps again. I believe this was another big map, which isn't bad, but obviously with the F-16s, the PoBit, can be tough fuel-wise, as we just saw. May need to start bringing a fuel pod specifically for the big maps. Like in the smaller maps, it's perfectly fine. But yeah, especially when I get into situations like the last clip where I need to start dogfighting people, right? There's multiple people. It gets a very tough fuel-wise with this jet. But yeah, we get in a early engagement here. So we are going to fire off a 120D. We are going to hit a easy notch. And hopefully this does connect here, at least want it to, obviously. And yeah, somebody gets the kill before us. But yeah, we are going to keep chugging along here. We're going to, again, migrate a little bit more towards the middle of the map. Again, we do want to stay at a higher altitude. 7,000 to 9,000 meters is my usual, right? Every jet, every game, I do that same positioning. And yeah, again, we people are stealing the kills out here, guys. Somebody got the guy right in front there. But there's a good amount of people here. And, you know, I've said it in previous videos. I think the big map is really good for 14.7, 14.3 with those jets with AESA radars. I really like the big map. Everything's a lot more spread out, right? Not so clunked together. And I think, I don't know if they did make the change, but I feel like I've been getting a lot more of the big map in these higher tiers, which I have been liking. But yeah, really, we are going to start spraying and praying with the 120Ds. Hopefully as well, guys, the volume isn't too low with the game. I don't know. I think my recording was a little bit lower volume than some of these, so it's hard to gauge. But yeah, we do have somebody at us, so we get one kill there. I think it was the 27 SM we just killed. But yeah, ER is crazy work. And yeah, we get another kill there with the 120D. So yeah, very easy kills. But I was using a lot more of the 120D on this jet. Sometimes I usually bring a mix of 120As, 120Ds. But this whole session I did play with only 120Ds. Now we have a F-15 there. I'm going to hold off on the second shot because he was already going into a notching position. I just felt like that was not a good shot. I feel like I was going to waste my missile, so I do hold on to it. Now this F-15, we're actually going to get in a little bit of a dogfight here. So like I said, guys, a lot of dogfights today with this jet. It was diabolical. But we do fire a missile here, and this guy was not doing a bad job. He was actually notching the missiles I was sending at him. And yeah, obviously the clouds do get in the way. I kind of lose track of him, and boom, he drops out under from the cloud. Right, we are in a very, very good position to start off with. So it was definitely not the move for him to drop down like that when I was right there. He basically just gave up his 6, and yeah. He's just going to get slimed. That was, again, horrible positioning by him. I don't know why he did that. You know, obviously hard to gauge with the clouds. But that's the one thing you don't want to do in clouds is just drop down like that, because if I'm just sitting there, I'm going to get right on your 6. Now, we do get spammed at a little bit more here. But yeah, some easy, nice dodges. It is a South 34. That guy actually goes down from our teammate, which was good. Reasoning is because there was a guy behind him. I did not want to get in the dogfight and then have some third-party Andy right there firing missiles at me. Now, I basically lost visual on where the guy on the other side was. And again, at this point, this is where that issue arises with this jet. We got 4 kills, which is great. But we're out of missiles, and to head back to base, we have people in our way. So really, at this point, it's either 1, we dogfight, or 2, we just try to sneak past, which may or may not work. And obviously, at this point, we're already getting spammed at. So really, for me, I do try to, a lot of the times, go for the dogfight. I don't really care. I think dogfighting is fun, right? The way you learn is by doing it. So I always encourage players to try to do that too, right? You're really going to learn how to notch, how to engage properly in dogfights if you do all of that. Yeah, we are getting spammed at a lot here this game. I'm not going to lie, which is fine, but yeah, this guy wastes all his missiles, right? Another one right there. And yeah, he does overshoot us. And again, that's right here is what I'm saying. It's good practice, right? When you don't have missiles. And this is what you need to be good at with the F-16. Again, is being able to play defensive like that, survive, and let them be the ones to apply pressure with their missiles. Because really every other jet in this BR is going to have more missiles than you. Like I was saying in the beginning of the video, you are not going to be the one applying pressure with your missiles. Now, obviously, in that case, if I had a missile, I probably would have shot a counter shot because I probably would have killed him. He did not seem that good. Just the way he was approaching me, right? He was approaching me head on. When players do that, you can usually kill them. They're usually not the best. But, again, that's what you need to be good at, guys. learning how to be defensively good without applying pressure. But yeah, really at this point, that's really going to do it for the game. We got 4 kills here. Nothing else actually happens. We do not get any more kills. So I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward to the end here. And yeah, that guy actually crashes, which was crazy. But yeah, again, not a bad game. 4-kill game. But let's move on to the next and last game here for the video. All right, so on to the final game here. We do fire a quick missile at that guy who is around 24 kilometers away. I didn't want to just really fire because there was 2 there. And at least what I thought here was a good chance of getting the kill there. So I'm not too sure if we did. We did, okay. So it was an F-15E, right? A lot of these F-15E players, no offense, are not going to be the best, right? A lot of them do not know how to notch. They go high and spam. And yeah, we have an F-16 here who also does fire at us. We're going to have some nice, easy notches. And we are also going to get that kill. That guy actually did turn into our missile for some reason. But really from here, we are, like in the other games, right, going to cut inside. We're going to start going hunting for what's in the middle of the map here. And really seeing what is out there. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people, right, especially when you get down tiers, because I think this one was a slight down tier, or maybe not, is a lot of people will multipath or will go towards the ground, which is a little bit annoying in my opinion. Right, it's always easier when people are a little bit higher altitude for me. I can really secure the kill easily, right? I can basically skill diff them a lot more with my notching, as opposed to when they're multipathing, it's just kind of like luck. They're not even challenging me, right? It's just whether my missile is going to connect or not. But I do know they did come out with that recent update where multipathing now is not as good. So, yeah, rip multipathers. But yeah, everybody's pretty spread out here too. So we have a lot of guys who are all the way on the other side of the map. And a couple of guys in the middle. Now, the big thing here is there is a couple of my teammates right in the middle where all these other guys are. So I do decide to basically, with this F-16 here, wait until my teammates spread out just a little bit, and then I am going to fire that. Big thing, right, is I do not want to kill my teammates. It is very easy to team kill when your teammates are right next to the enemy. But they actually do get the F-16, so we do fire at this other guy here, which is a Gripen, and we're slowly closing the gap here with the other players. So we can see a player on my right and left, so this guy. And then I'm going to fire at that guy on the left and then notch to the right, which is basically going to let me fire at these guys while notching the missile and holding the soft lock. So really, again, positioning, you want to do it smartly. So again, I shot to the left. I notch where the other enemies are so I can hold my soft lock. So again, it's the little things like that that will always make a difference. Obviously, a lot of that does come down to game sense, right? Not going to be something where you just get instantly. But yeah, we do pick up 2 additional kills there. Or I think it was 1. No, it was 2. Yeah, so we're at 4 kills right now. And really with this here, there is 1 guy down here. Now, always very risky, guys, at these BRs to do this. I did get team killed. Like I said, I got team killed twice in this session of playing. One of them was just like this. It was diabolical. I got killed by a 9M. Not even a Fox 3, a 9M. Somebody killed me like this. I don't know if it was on purpose or not. Yeah, second basically time I died team kill, it was an accident, just a random missile. Pitbull, my teammate, did connect to me. But yeah, both situations like this, so you always do just want to be careful. And yeah, that will do it for the video. Let me know again what jets you guys want to see. And if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.